see this massive document. This is about 100 pages. This is the latest lawsuit filed against Diddy.
You can trust the feds to move mountains and go to the ends of the earth to capture their target. Currently, Diddy is the one they have in their sights. For a while now, Diddy has been on the run from the feds, trying to escape from the numerous allegations thrown his way. Now, there's new evidence that could actually put him behind bars for a very long time. Keep watching till the end of this video to see just now Diddy case documents released. New evidence. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram now.
Diddy's homes raided by cops. Homeland Security agents executed raids on Diddy's residence in both Los Angeles and Miami as part of an ongoing investigation into trafficking. Despite facing multiple lawsuits related to harassment and allegations, the rapper was reportedly not present as agents meticulously searched his properties on Monday afternoon. A perimeter was established by law enforcement around the Los Angeles residence situated in the affluent Holmby Hills neighborhood near Beverly Hills, where at least 2 individuals were detained and placed in handcuffs. Armed agents affiliated with the Department of Homeland Security conducted operations at upscale properties spanning both the east and west coast of the United States, as captured by video footage depicting helicopters circling overhead. A law enforcement officer was observed transporting a bag of evidence to a waiting van. Homeland Security expert Hal Kempfer, speaking with Fox 11, suggested that the agency is likely investigating allegations of Combs drugging young women across multiple states. Kempfer further noted that Homeland Security is seeking evidence such as laptops and flash drives that could potentially link Combs to the allegations. Reports indicate that investigators from the Southern District of New York have interviewed 4 Jane Does and 1 John Doe as part of an alleged trafficking and RICO case. Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. Homeland Security said in a statement, "We will provide further information as it becomes available." The trafficking investigation emerged 4 months after a lawsuit was filed by former Bad Boy singer Cassie Ventura against Diddy, alleging trafficking and years of sustained physical abuse. Combs reached a settlement with Ventura just 1 day after the lawsuit was filed. Diddy exposed by neighbor after police raid. The raids on Diddy's homes have captured the spotlight in the hip-hop world, leaving many fans curious about the events that transpired at his residence. With Homeland Security involved, reports indicate that Diddy's sons were detained and placed in handcuffs during the operation. There were reports of Diddy being at the Miami Opa-locka airport, purportedly aboard a private jet, when Homeland Security officials arrived and compelled him to disembark from the aircraft. Following these events, media coverage of the incident began to escalate rapidly, with news networks, newspapers, and social media platforms all closely monitoring and reporting on the unfolding story. During the drama, a young man purporting to be a neighbor of Diddy's stepped forward. He proceeded to make several outlandish claims that seemed to lack any substantiated evidence. The man alleged that Diddy regularly hosted busloads of people late at night, some of whom were minors arriving as late as 3 a.m. Despite the current lack of evidence, some individuals are taking these allegations seriously. Consequently, this situation has prompted many people to voice their opinions and perspectives on the matter. New evidence released. Rodney Jones has alleged that Diddy filmed tapes involving various celebrities and politicians using hidden cameras during the freak-off parties at his residence. The producer is now suing the Bad Boy mogul for assault with his lawyer Tyrone Blackburn, making these accusations in a recent filing. While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, Blackburn wrote. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Habitamariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Blackburn further asserted that the individuals were recorded without their awareness or consent. He claimed that Diddy possessed compromising footage of every person who had attended his freak-offs and house parties, citing the example of a homosexual tape involving Stevie J, which Diddy allegedly provided to Mr. Jones. Blackburn claimed that Diddy believes he is above the law and untouchable. Diddy's ex-employee confirms trafficking accusations. Diddy is facing a recent lawsuit by music producer Rodney Jones, also known as Lil Rod. The lawsuit, lodged in federal court in Manhattan, accuses Diddy of engaging in unwanted contact and compelling Jones to hire prostitutes and engage in acts with them. This marks the latest allegation of misconduct against Mr. Combs. According to his lawsuit, which spans the years 2022 and 2023, Mr. Jones asserted that he contributed to the production of the Love album Off the Grid, Diddy's latest album. Jones claims to have produced 9 tracks on the album and mentions residing with Diddy for extended periods during that time. During the period while he was working on the Love album, Mr. Jones alleges in his lawsuit that Diddy engaged in inappropriate behavior by grabbing his genitals without consent. Additionally, Jones claims that Diddy attempted to influence him into engaging in activities with another man, rationalizing it as a purportedly commonplace practice within the music industry. In a statement, Sean Hawley, a lawyer representing Diddy, refuted the allegations and labeled Mr. Jones as untruthful. Hawley stated, "Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines." When the lawsuit was initially filed, the court system incorrectly indicated that Mr. Jones was seeking $30 billion in damages. However, his lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, clarified that it was a mistake and that the correct demand was for $30 million. Sean Hawley's statement initially responded to the $30 billion figure and may need to be adjusted to address the accurate demand of $30 million. Mr. Jones alleges that during a listening party in July 2023 at Diddy's California residence, he was coerced into consuming shots of tequila that were allegedly spiked with drugs. The legal documents, however, do not specify who provided the shots or the method of coercion. Following the consumption of the drinks, Mr. Jones claims he lost consciousness and later woke up at 4 a.m. the next morning, unclothed, with a worker sleeping beside him. He went on to describe more horrifying events that went down that day. He claimed Diddy also forced him to solicit workers and perform acts to the pleasure of Diddy. He was also offered huge amounts of cash to keep his mouth shut and was warned that if he happened to talk to anyone about the events and what went down, he would lose his job. To induce him, Mr. Jones